All right, hello everyone. This video is mainly for Jay because Jay is going to receive this carb setup in the mail and then need to install it on the engine that I sent him. Okay, so if you were to buy all of these pieces by your own, you just need to get them to this stage, right, where you have your intake, preferably mounted on the engine. That would help, right? And then this GEM V-12 cable bracket system you can buy on eBay. Install that onto your carburetors. Okay, and then I have them set up on this air filter adapter just to make it easier for me to hold it and move it around. So if you have one, I recommend it. Otherwise, you can put them on here. Okay, so first step. This is the top, and this is the top of your intake. All right, you're going to take the carbs. All right, get them set onto the screws. All right, the studs, if you will. All right, just kind of get a couple of the nuts on this side. Just start it by hand. All right, we're not tightening anything down yet. Okay, let's get these started. All right, got a couple threads in those. A couple threads in that one. Oh, I went too far. There we go. All right, so now let's tighten these up just by hand for now. Go to the other side. All right, so before you put your swivel arms on, you need to put the carbs onto the intake. Okay, otherwise you're going to be taking it off, because if you were to put these on there first, you can't get to the nut. So put your carbs on. Tighten down both sides. All right, easy. So step one, install the carbs. All right, step two, install your swivels. All right, just a quick note, I would say make sure your bolt is up here and your nut is down here. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get to this flathead screw. Okay, so slide these on to where they're flush. All right, you can see it's at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to tighten down this side. Okay. Oh, another important tip. These are already set up for you, Jay, but make sure both of your idle screws for this carb and this other carb are all the way out, right? You don't want any idle speed setting. You want both of these throttles fully closed. Okay, so we did the other one. Time to come to this side. All right, again, just set it up at a 45. Tighten down. Get it. All right, there we go. Flush at the end. Tighten this one down. Okay, so now step one, get the carbs on. Step two, get the throttle swivels on. Right. Step three is going to be our cable. All right. You start from the bottom. Remember, this is the top. Start from the bottom because this is where your gas pedal, twist throttle, whatever is going to be. When you get this, you'll see another fitting right here. Okay. So in through this fitting. See, there's a tiny little set screw right there. In through the swivel arm. Okay. Into this cable fitting, through the 3/16 hose. All right, I'm just pushing it through now. Cables come out. Now I'm going to put it through this fitting. Okay, and now my cable is run. All right, we're going to tighten the bottom carb. All right, tighten down this set screw first. All right, as you can see now, this one is set. It's only moving this throttle arm. Okay, so making sure both throttles are fully closed because we've taken out the idle speed screw. All right, just give just the slightest pull on this one, just to take up the slack of the cable. Okay, so take up that slack on the cable. Tighten this one down. Okay, now you can see the cable is pulling both of them open. All right, so step one, put the carbs on, put the nuts on. Step two, do the little throttle swivels, right? Then step three, run your cable, tighten down the bottom one first, then tighten down the top one first, okay? All right, the top one is the one nearest to here. All right, so now that you have those on, the way you adjust your idle to open up these two carburetors is we're only adjusting the top one now. The bottom one, we don't need to worry about. This little idle speed screw, you could take it all the way out if you want to, so it doesn't vibrate loose. You know, go hit someone, or just slowly tighten it to where you get a little more tension on there, just so it doesn't vibrate loose. All right, come to this one, and then tighten it down to where it starts to open up this throttle, right? Which in turn, since I'm opening up this arm, it's gonna pull this cable and open up this one. So now I'm using one carb idle speed to open both throttles. All right, and you need to check if this one opens up a lot and this one barely opens up, that means you had too much slack in this cable. Okay, so just loosen it back down, right? Close both throttles, and then what you can do is, let me show you. Right, you notice this one was opening up too much and this one wasn't opening. You can loosen this cable right here on this little throttle clevis, and then just pull it. Just pull it tight to ensure all the slack has been taken up inside there, okay? So now you've pulled the two carbs as tight, as closed tight as you can get, okay? Now come back over here, adjust this idle speed. And I mean, it's hard to see because it's kind of slow, but as I'm gradually opening up this throttle, right, it's slowly opening up this throttle as well. So that's how you're gonna set your main idle. So when you get it, put the carbs on, right? Tighten down the nuts, then put the swivel arms on, then run your cable, right? Make sure you don't have any slack in the line, tighten these down. If you do, pull this cable back through this way, tighten it down again, okay? And now come to your top carb and adjust your idle speed, all right? When I like to start a carb, initially I'll have that idle speed set pretty high, just to make sure that I'm pulling fuel in there, and then I can turn it back down, okay? Turn it back down to the idle speed that you need. And that's it. That's how you set it up. Okay, you got your chokes, you got your dual throttle, and then these needles are going to be factory set for you. Okay, so all you're going to do is go to this top one, tighten down this, turn this screw in to open up the throttles for your idle. And that's it.